Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. In February 1944, on the appearance day of his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and in the midst of World War II, where the Japanese were bombing Calcutta, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, published the first issue of the Back to Godhead magazine, a fitting time to launch a magazine to promote Krishna consciousness, a magazine he would later refer to as the beginning of his spiritual life. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the Back to Godhead publication, and I am happy to share some of BTG's activities, successes, and challenges with all of you. When the Second World War was in progress, producing Back to Godhead was a struggle. India had a paper shortage, and the government at first refused to provide Srila Prabhupada with the paper to print the Back to Godhead magazine. But Prabhupada was persistent, and he finally received permission to print his first issue, which was 44 pages. He single-handedly wrote the articles for the magazine, he edited them, and distributed them too. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual vision was uncompromising. He wanted the magazine to contain only the transcendental messages of the great sages of India, especially Lord Chaitanya, and his duty would be simply to repeat these messages according to time and circumstances in the present age. The publication schedule of Back to Godhead in the earlier years were irregular. Times were tough, money was scarce, and not too long thereafter, Srila Prabhupada had to stop printing the magazine. In 1966, after the registration of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada engaged his disciples to renew publication of BTG. Devotees were publishing and distributing from 500 copies in 1966 to 1 million magazines per month in 1976. Today, we have about 15,000 copies that are being circulated worldwide outside of India. So it begs the question, why was the magazine at its peak in the 70s? One of the major reasons was that it was under Srila Prabhupada's authority. It was Srila Prabhupada's instructions that the magazine be distributed to everyone. No one questioned that, and it was done. Today, each temple is an authority in itself and individually decides if they want to support BTG or not. And it is not looked upon with equal importance as Srila Prabhupada's books. After Srila Prabhupada's departure, the scenario drastically changed. Devotees said that it was inconvenient to carry the magazine in Sankirtan. The focus in book distribution shifted from distributing books to a donation collection drive through citations and stickers. Freely distributing BTG was put on a back burner. Temples withdrew support and BTG financially struggled. Through the various stages of economic decline and development, BTG is still present and could definitely form an important part of the preaching process. All it needs now is worldwide participation, attention, and support. Srila Prabhupada often called Back to Godhead as the backbone of ISKCON. It has come a long way since the very early issues in New York City, and we still have a long way to go. Some of the challenges we face today is that BTG lacks congregational support and recognition. It could ideally be the first piece of literature that is introduced to a new member. We also underestimate the magazine's potential to connect with people and keep a channel of communication open for future approach or more conversations. BTG has limited support from temples around the world, so there is a challenge to balance the maintenance of the high standard of production quality and keeping the production cost of the magazine low. Today, Back to Godhead is ISKCON's premier congregational magazine, so we need to look at ways on how to increase its awareness. Very often, the relevance of the magazine comes into debate. Currently, 25% of the magazine is set up as per Srila Prabhupada's instructions of mandatory pages that must appear in the magazine. Another 25% of the magazine goes towards featuring announcements, advertisements, the content page, and the editor's feature. So the balance of 50% features articles by devotees which could be customized as per preaching requirements in different zones, supporting the need for local preaching. In our later segments during the course of the conference, our team will be highlighting and sharing some strategies with you on how to promote the BTG circulation in Kenya. Notwithstanding the humble circumstances surrounding the beginning of the magazine, BTG was very dear to Srila Prabhupada. It is the legacy that he has left behind along with his books. Srila Prabhupada's goals and vision were nothing less than the salvation of the entire world. He never altered or lost the vision throughout his life, and he left this example to all his followers. In closing, Back to God, it aims to deliver people from their dissatisfaction. And despite obstacles, BTG continues to pursue the goal for which it was started, the re-spiritualization of human society. So on the 75th anniversary, let us all take advantage of Back to Godhead and not miss this golden opportunity to promote and support the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's magazine. Thank you. Hare Krishna.